All right.
The beat drop.
And you took my score pad.
That's right. I need to start me out with one.
Gonna see if Raj can hang with you today.
Uh-oh.
Name a kind of doctor.
A surgeon.
No.
A pediatrician.
Dre.
You can just yell them out. A pediatrician's not on there?
Oh, you said pediatrician? My bad.
She said the second.
Yeah, you can just spit them out. Just until somebody come up.
Yeah, until you get the right answer.
Dr. Funkenstein.
Said Dre.
I said Dre. I see a doctor. A doctor of psychology.
What is?
No, she already got it now.
Okay,
it was
so that's
pediatrician.
Pediatrician. Okay.
Which man's name are you likely to hear in a mafia movie?
Scarface.
Michael.
Godfather. Don Corleone.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Don is number 2.
Okay.
Don is number 2. Okay.
Damn.
The most common name in a mafia movie for a man.
Frank Nitti.
No.
Frank is pretty good.
Frank is up there.
Okay. I know you talking about. Oh God, he's from Chicago.
Antonio.
No. The dude from Chicago. He got. Remember, tax evasion got him. Oh damn it!
Do black people name their kids this?
Yeah.
Oh, they do. Devontae.
No. What the hell? What's this? The guy? Gotti, John Gotti. I said, no.
Gotti's pretty good.
I don't know if I should give her this one. Tony was the name. She said Antonio.
Antonio.
No, okay, I won't. But that is
Tony Montana.
It's close. Name a function you have on your telephone that your child doesn't have on their tin can phone.
What? Say it again.
Name a feature that you have on your phone that your kid wouldn't have on a toy phone.
Oh, camera.
No.
Apps.
Facebook.
No. I think this is a dumb answer. It says redial.
Yes, skip it. Why did
Name something that wedding ceremonies shouldn't be without.
A DJ, a preacher,
The
groom, bride and groom.
All right, I'll give y'all both that. It was just the bride.
Okay.
I mean, because the groom don't have to be there.
Yeah, he really doesn't have to show up. The wedding is about them.
Why are you even here?
Exactly, because it's my wedding.
Why
That's what
are
they
you
say.
here?
It's my wedding.
Tell me a characteristic of a man who's described as distinguished.
He's clean.
A gentleman.
Oh.
No.
He's
Rich.
No.
mannerable.
No.
Spiritual.
No.
Distinguished. He's cute.
Y'all always hear this.
He's sexy.
I ain't saying that shit.
Just tell me to say it. I get the point.
I thought this would be an easy one.
That's distinguished.
Distinguished, a gentleman.
Yeah.
He keep to himself.
He's clean. He dressed well dressed.
No. He has gray hair.
Well,
Y'all never heard that?
Right, that is true. That is true. Why wouldn't I think of that?
See, I'm a distinguished
I'm not
brother.
distinguished though. I have gray hair. Name something that people like to show off.
A car. Their house.
They woman.
Car was number 1.
Okay.
Finish this sentence. Since I got married, I have more
Bills.
Do you hear these goddamn birds?
I like that though.
I was about to say it is in the morning, bro. They do come out.
That's dope.
They do come out in the morning.
All right, what was the answers y'all said?
I said bills.
Yeah, he said
I'm gonna have to close the door.
more. You have more
Rooms in the house. Shit.
Money.
Money.
that's
questionable.
I was about to say I rarely hear this.
Yeah, that's
I rarely
debatable.
hear this.
That's debatable.
Name an ice cream topping that every ice cream shop should have.
Sprinkles, peanuts,
chocolate
whipped
chips,
cream,
Oreo cookies.
Chocolate.
Okay.
Ooh, good.
These birds is getting off. Name someone specific you'd be nervous about lying to.
A judge, a police officer.
Fuck a judge.
I ain't worried about no judge or police officer. I'd be scared to lie to God.
That's a good one.
Your parents.
Mother. 4-2. This one could be possibly be it.
Okay.
These goddamn birds is going off. Name a TV show, past or present, that has a woman's name in the title. No, this ain't good. Y'all ain't gonna get that.
What do you mean?
Ally McBeal, y'all would have never said that.
Hell no.
What was your worst nightmare about?
Falling, dying.
No, I actually landed on that one. So mine's was my worst nightmare is waking up and then I'm inside of the nightmare.
Yeah, death was the number one answer.
Oh!
Yeah, you killed me. She smoked me.
Yeah, that was bad. That was pretty gruesome.
That
Hey, y'all,
mean you
what's
gotta
up?
come back so you can get me.
Well, you had some hard ass questions. Don't act like it was some walk in the park questions.
Hey, the
Hello,
questions are
hello.
hella random, but those were like hella weird.
Hello,
Alec
everyone.
McVeal. Remember, you had Alec McVeal. I mean, I remember the show, but
Yeah.
who the hell would have guessed that?
I used to watch Ally McBeal.
Ally
I don't know
McBeal?
why
I would have said Thea. It was a show.
I remember
You know they
Thea.
wasn't gonna have no Theo.
You know damn well Thea big ass wasn't gonna be on there.
Yeah, Moesha was Moesha.
Yeah,
on
Moesha.
there?
Yeah, there's some other ones on there. You know what I'm saying?
We
So,
didn't know.
Yeah, you're talking about Ally McVeal. This is supposed to be.
we would have been here all day.
We should make up some ghetto questions. I bet y'all go good then.
I needed to write some down. Those are all you know who answered those questions.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
don't know nothing about Thea Vidal.
100 people were asked this question. Well, I guess it depends on what location they're asking these questions
California.
in.
California, I guarantee
Okay.
They ain't never been in Compton surveying.
I was about to say,
motherfuckers.
because
Exactly.
if they do, we went to Crenshaw
you. What is it, Crenshaw?
and we
found out.
we asked
Sanford and Son, and Chico and the Man.
Oh my god.
19 people.
Yeah, you might not get to talk to 100 niggas in the
They
hood.
stole our cameras.
Before the theft.
yeah. We had to use our phone, but we're going to get this thing done.
The first nigga you ask might have an attitude. Y'all decide to go and get out of
Like,
this area.
you'd be like, are y'all the police? What you asking me this question for?
It's for a game.
They'll never believe you doing this for a survey for a game show.
Nigga talk survey.
We
What you talking
too fucking paranoid for that shit.
about? Yep.
There's no way in hell we gonna do it.
everyone. Cortez is not here today.
I think Cortez is sick.
I don't know about being. He's playing hooky.
Okay.
No, he had to work today. So it is.
That's what he said.
It is us, and we're going to believe him until evidence proves that is not true.
Start the investigation.
I was about to say the investigation will be started today, though.
We'll tell Cortez eyes to Pappy today.
Oh shit.
Eyes to Pappy today.
Well, y'all know who we are. I'm OG Ryan.
And I'm Bianca.
And we have a special guest. We'll have him introduce himself.
What's up, y'all? You know me, Roger M. Suggs, but a.k.a. Vigilante, FBOE, TruthTheReason.com, Riz Illuminated. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
I want to list off like 80 names like that when I introduce myself. I need to come up with some extras, like just 5 extra names, so I can be like, y'all know who this is. They be like, we really don't, but
I don't know none of them other people.
let me introduce myself.
Oh, is that Bianca? Okay. That's all you had to say.
I would pull out a piece of paper, like read them.
Name them down, baby. Name them down. Stay active.
I gotta
Just
get
in
my
case.
resume up like that too.
Just in case y'all
Yeah.
didn't know.
There he is. There
Now
he
you
is.
know.
I don't think we gonna go right in no serious stuff. We gonna pull some funny out of this man too.
Okay.
And like this was nasty. I didn't see this video, but I know it's floating around Facebook. Bianca could probably say it. All the females say it.
I have not, but I've heard about people. Like this week was just bad for me. This week I like grinded it out at work. So
Yeah.
I will honestly say I have not been messing with y'all on Facebook. I didn't even get to check your post to see Ron had 5 days of positivity.
Okay.
Nothing negative
Oh, Jesus.
because I let him know. I let him know that he needs to be very positive just to see how that goes, because I've turned over a new leaf. Like my thinking is different.
Yeah.
When things happen, I always think, let me think about the positive outcome, because perception is everything. So
Exactly.
I told Ron that for 5 days, even on conversations
yelled at
on
him.
posts, I did yell at him, but even on conversations or posts, he needs to be positive. Now, he can still be opinionated a tad.
That was hard
Because
not
I don't
to
want
do.
to put too much on him.
That was a lot. You put a lot on
Yeah,
him.
you know, you go cold turkey with everybody, it don't work. So I told him he still needs to be positive, though,
Yeah.
and look at other people's point of view. So tonight, I'm going to go through what he posts, everything, because if not,
Oh, shit got real after midnight.
no one snitched on you.
Yeah, they wanted to. They was waiting.
But I would like for y'all to snitch. If y'all know anything, there's no time limit for this. If I go through his post and it was bad, then he had the 5 days start all over again.
I didn't talk about anybody, but you know what? This is the hardest week to do that. Mm-hmm. Because Raj, when something like the Nipsey thing happened.
Exactly.
When the suspect was caught, everybody had an opinion. Facebook court was on. The lawyers, the jury was in. Like,
yeah.
Some of these opinions I really want to go out. We got to start there then. We kind of tied into it.
So I think we're going to, more than likely, his 5 days are going to start again.
No, it's not.
I'm going to be the judge.
No, I gave some opinions. I gave some strong opinions, but I didn't harass nobody.
I'm going to look and see. I'll be the judge and jury. So I'm going to look and see what we find. Because sometimes when we speak, we don't feel like we're being negative. But we are being negative.
No, we're not. I think that's before we get into this, I gotta say this. I think it's all about somebody's perception. Now, if you see a bunch of crap in your newsfeed, a bunch of crap opinions, I didn't go off on it. I just kind of said, okay, you can't think this way, and you really can't, because some of this shit, some people need to just stick with what they talk about. If you talk about coochie all day, talk about coochie.
Please,
when something serious happens, don't try to write 3 paragraphs about some things that you can't really articulate. That shit pisses me off.
See?
It does. But I didn't tell them that this week.
So what happens if they talk about coochie all the time online? However, offline, they're really intelligent.
Well, if you only know them online, then you can only take them for face value.
I'm going to go through your posts, period. I'm going to go through them.
But online, we know perception is reality. So you trying to tell me that's an intelligent coochie?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there may be some smart pussy out there.
I don't think so.
And if so, I'm going to be in that category. Right now, I'm telling you right now, this is the true thing. I've been there. No, seriously.
Distinguished, intelligent.
Those are the words for today.
Gray hairs.
Those are the words for today.
Okay.
Hey, let's talk about it, though. We've had a sad week.
Yeah.
We really had a sad week. I got to really say that, like, whether you were a fan of Nipsey Hussle or not,
exactly,
to see a black man with a promising future be gunned down so violently, so senselessly, I think affected everybody.
Yeah.
The thing that I didn't like is that the reactions from our people were mixed when I don't think they should have been. I don't think people should be upset about someone mourning a celebrity. I guess celebrity is the right word. He wasn't Jay-Z or any, on that status, but he was known.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a celebrity.
So I'll let y'all, let's talk about this week. Let's talk about Nipsey.
Go ahead.
Unpacking that, I get it. This guy did a lot in the community, and and it put light to what we should be doing anyway. Mm-hmm. And he did it, and he loves his community. A lot of people talk about the hood a lot, and they always brag about the bad sides of the hood. Yeah, we're selling packs here. We grew up this and that. We marvel that they put it on 55th Street, 10th Street. I'm from that area, man. We used to get it in. And here's a guy that changed that narrative by opening up things, helping people out, and serving his community and proud of his community. And that's one of the things I was going to talk about on my show was, when can black people have somebody that's untouchable? Meaning that if you do good in the community and stuff like that, no matter you blood, crip, or whatever, he should be untouchable. Muhammad Ali was untouchable. He can go to communist countries, whatever. They love what he stood for. So nobody was going to mess with Muhammad Ali anywhere on the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. So I think that people now get it, but it's something we should get. It shouldn't take Nipsey to die to make Bloods and Crips understand that you shouldn't be doing that against each other. Yeah. Period. Even though this is somebody inside of his own kind of circle, not main circle, but around him. And you got haters everywhere you go, so you can't really run from it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I think when we do the street code things, it can be a funny thing, because that energy is looking for something to attach to it to finally blow up. And I think whatever Nipsey said to him, allegedly said, was just what he was came there looking for, to come back and do the crap he did. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're already guilty of snitching or whatever you want to call it, and somebody basically G-checks you, you want to prove yourself. You want to prove yourself. And I think he caught Nip, vulnerable. And I love the love that New York and everybody's showing. I love that. That's always a good thing. But I put on my page, I wonder what it'd be like if we unified with life. Why do black people always got to unify after death? So it don't benefit Nipsey. It benefits his family and what his cause was, and we push that. Well, we already had King X, and a lot of people die for that. What if somebody said Nipsey's been doing this, and what if they did it before he died? Now you're gonna try to tell me you're now getting a hold of what he was talking about? He's talked about it on every radio show about giving back and using it. He's been saying this.
Yeah.
So it takes for him to die? Damn that. Being nobody's martyr. You know what I'm saying? It takes for somebody to die so you can actually get what you already know. That's why I hate people that are comfortably numb. Because they are so comfortably numb, then somebody died, then here we go with the symbolism. Showing pictures and rest in peace, and he was a good guy and stuff. This guy was living 2 weeks ago, doing the same thing he was doing before he got killed, and nobody was behind that trying to mimic that. No Bloods and Crips was walking together in unison of, wow, we should walk together, that this guy got the whole block sold up. I'm talking about other states. Maybe in California they did do that, but in other states they're saying we got to stop this, letting off balloons in the air. That's cool. Let's let off balloons in the air when you open up a business. You open up a business and we celebrate when you cut that ribbon, and we all out there celebrate. We're all going out there and supporting you. So that's the mixed feeling I have is I hate that man had to die and not continue the plan that he had, because he had a plan and he was buying out a whole lot of real estate.
Yeah.
This is without the the conspiracy. So I stop at that. My thing is, I guess to sum it up, that it's a mixed bag for me. It's bittersweet because he passed away, and now we have it. But we have seen this with Trayvon Martin. We've seen this with other things, that we come together for a small time and then we forget about we back to business again.
Agreed.
Yep.
I think first of all, the situation is just bad. Period. It is. I agree. He was alive 2 months ago, and was doing the same exact thing. We have people in our own city who were doing the same things. And I'm not trying to say, let's not. I feel like I have a big enough heart where I can mourn people in my city, and I can mourn people who are celebrities, who are not. I'm not picking and choosing who I should feel sad over.
Yeah.
That's not how things work. If I'm that type of person where I'm touched by something, I'm not going to let their location of where they are be the difference of, because I don't know these people who are dying in my city.
Exactly.
I don't know them. That doesn't mean that when I hear about it, I'm like, somebody's mom got to bury their son or their daughter, or somebody's kids got to be without their parents. I'm still hurt and fucked up behind that too. So to me, that's crazy for people to say, well, y'all do this for this person, but y'all won't do this for. But I also do believe that we should, if we see the people that we see who are sad about death and not doing the same thing for people who are living right now, we should call them out. Even myself. Like, there's certain things rallies that go in the city that I don't go to. Call me out on that shit. I have no issue with being called out. Like, you're talking about this shit now, but where was you, a month ago or 2 months ago? Because it's bigger than just this internet stuff. It's bigger. Like, a presence needs to be there. And I notice that more now since I'm raising a black son.
Exactly.
I do it. It's just before, maybe I wouldn't think about it as much, but I can just be honest, whether it's bad or not. The truth is the truth, and I got to live in my truth. Like, I notice it now more since I'm more affected at home. So I'm people should not just say don't mourn somebody, or don't worry about your own city, fix your own city. Well, what he's doing could fix our city.
Exactly, the blueprint.
Yeah, like I don't get why people think that everything is a domino effect. Stop trying to make it seem like this person could not bring positivity because his death did.
Yeah.
So his life could. If we would just unify together, like you said, while we're living. Yeah. Unify together while we're living instead of dividing. His death divided us. Like, I'm sad about it. Well, why are you sad about it? Well, why couldn't we just come together?
Why
and be
wouldn't you be sad about it?
Yeah,
it's a sad situation.
Yeah, but people are just like, well, if he was, if y'all talking about it because he was known, if he wasn't known, then you wouldn't even care. You can't say that about everybody. Like, you made a post, and I think I said that to your friend, and he listens to the show, and shout out to him for listening to the show all the time. But I'm just like, we cannot point things out on other people if we are not doing the same. If you are not walking in those same steps, don't sit up here and talk about somebody else. If you say, well, y'all not sad about these killings, well, where were you at and what are you doing about these killings in our city too? Yeah. If you're doing the same thing that other people are doing, you really can't say anything.
Exactly.
Unless you say, and I need to do more too. Unless you actually acknowledge the fact that you are slipping too. That's the difference.
That's the elephant in the room right there, is that it should make us, if it didn't make us before, the death should make you be more empowered to go in your own community and say, you know what, I'm going to start going to this rally. I'm going to start going to the programs and watch this. For me, myself, that's what I have. I've been doing for 12 years. My own program on the campus of Kansas City Community College, helping young people out, get jobs, get them off the streets, get them graduating, and get them some type of skill. I've been doing it. And a lot of people I reach out to, they don't even come and support them. Them kids will love to see regular people up in that audience when they talking about their dreams and getting behind them. So that's what I've been doing, but I don't go around saying, look what I do. I just do what I do.
And and you know what, since you do that, and that does sound interesting, hold me accountable. Like, where you at, B?
But I never tagged you on nothing. So
no, I'm saying from now on.
Right now, that's on me because I should have reached out to you.
Yeah, now I'm saying from now on because I think that we think when something happens.
I love to see him,
I think we think when something happens, it's like, it's too late. It's too late. No, it's not. Like, no, it's not. Like, it's bad that it happened. We could have people that in our city that, like you, who needs to be protected too. Yeah. Because anytime that you're trying to better a situation,
it's always to be evil.
It's always something that can happen that, well, you're teaching them too much. Yeah. I don't want y'all to know this. Yeah. I like you where you are. Yeah. So when you're trying to climb out of the bucket, it's not always your people that are keeping you down there. Sometimes too, which is going into, I know what we're about to talk about. Sometimes it's the system too that they like where you are. Yeah. You're spending money on bullshit instead of building communities. You build communities, you work on yourself. I don't want you working on yourself. I want you just the way you are. You have people in relationships who are fine with how they are because you need me.
Well, we're unprotected though. Here's the thing. You see the numbers of people throwing out balloons. Imagine those numbers came down to the police station. Then somebody who was wrongly convicted. You had 300,000 people out there. Remember the scene with Malcolm X when they beat up the guy? He had all those people standing in line like that. I don't know if you remember that scene in the movie.
I don't know if I remember that one.
Well, they beat the guy up, and then Malcolm said, and they said, that's too much power one man should have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That scene right there, it was symbolism in a good way, because if we're united, then that guy won't do 20 years from KCK, do 20 years, because he basically did the time. Oh, wow, that's messed up. We good at posting. Look what happened. I can't believe what happened. But we ain't did nothing to do it. So, like after Kaepernick, we ain't start watching football. And I'm not going to debate about that. But what I want to say is, why would you want to be a martyr or something like that? You ain't going to get no damn back up. They're going to be like, oh, this so you crazy. You got me jacked up. Yeah. I'm not being nobody martyr. And you remember I Am Legend, the movie?
Yeah.
He sacrificed himself because he was trying to tell the zombie he had the cure. Mm-hmm. Remember, he put the other people in the little safe thing, and then he blew the thing up. Mm-hmm. I remixed that. Hey, y'all, I got the cure. Oh, y'all ain't listening? Let me squeeze my ass in there with them. And the movie going to end with all us riding to the safe house. I'm not going to be a martyr for y'all, so y'all can forget about it. Who really respects Martin Luther King and X right now?
Yeah.
No way.
Man, and that's what's so sad. Like, when someone dies, you should... Like, I don't see how someone's death can further divide us. We argue over the death. It was like, okay, this man, okay, yes, he did gangster rap. That's music. Yeah. He didn't kill anybody in that. He didn't beat anybody up. You don't catch felony charges from going to a studio recording music.
Exactly.
The things he was doing on the street were big, and I didn't know about a lot of that stuff until afterwards. So then people say, okay, you on the bandwagon. But had I known about the things that he was doing, yeah, he would have got my respect. My respect don't go a long way, but yeah, now I found out about it. I think the dude showed a lot of love, got a lot of love. We need more people like that.
Yeah.
How was that being on the bandwagon? People just want to be that person. Mm-hmm. When a person is alive, and I saw, I think it was Willie D. He made a video about it. Mm-hmm. And Gilly the Kid made one too. They were both similar. Yeah. They both crazy as hell.
They are funny too.
Funny as hell. But they speak real.
Yeah.
Black people love the shiny shit. We respect him when he alive and he got on 10 chains, an $80,000 Rolex, the car he's in, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, and not everybody might agree with me, when that person dies, it's like almost a sign of relief. Like, I don't have that. Why that nigga have that?
Yeah.
Why y'all care about Nipsey? Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, the man is doing okay. All right, that's just jewelry. Mm-hmm. But you building your empire, you becoming a prominent black man that's what was going on. You had to look past just the shiny shit. He was doing more. He was bigger. A lot of people get money and don't do shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
He could have easily walked away from the hood and not came back. He could have easily not employed felons, buying property, making sure that families were fed. He could have easily walked away from that. Mm-hmm. So why would we down him? I don't get it. And man, let's get to the conspiracy theories.
All right.
A lot of people were saying, because of the documentary that he was working on with is it Sabi?
Sabi.
A lot of people felt, and the reason the narrative was actually painted before he died. You know what I mean? We were seeing the memes, we were hearing them on the videos. He should be protected. So it kind of was already in our heads that, okay, all right, he's doing something that's bigger than, doing something that's bigger than him. He's trying to expose a situation that a lot of people don't know about. We know about bits and pieces. People acting like they knew about every part of it. Mm-hmm. It's not just a diet that he was doing. He was actually curing diseases.
Yeah.
He actually beat a case into where he proved to a jury
in New York
that he did.
Yep.
Now, you think the people who make AIDS medicine and cancer medicine, do you know how much money they make off of that shit? So it wasn't an unrealistic notion that somebody could have taken him out. Mm-hmm. We don't know if that's what happened, but even that divided us. Oh, the conspiracy theories, blah, blah, blah. I really wanted to get on Facebook this morning, but I had to start a podcast earlier. I wanted people to look up the definition of conspiracy. It's just a plot. Conspiracy is a fancy word for a plot. We've been conspired against since we touched the United States.
We still are.
So you mean to tell me that conspiracies don't happen? I don't understand the way people think.
It's a popular one to look at because of Sabi. I also say the level of the person that's did it, because here's how I look at that. It's possible that it could have happened, but for me, at least right now, if that was the case, then why did my homie Tariq Nasheed not get wiped out for what he did with Hidden Colors? Because he opened the door to every damn thing. Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is coming out. That opened the door about organ, taking black people organs. It talked about all this fake stuff, the religion and our origins of where we came from. That was some, that right there, those 5 document, well, the 5th one's coming. The fourth documentary exposed a lot of stuff about white supremacy, Rothschilds, all the Rockefellers and all that. Why this man ain't dead? You know what I'm saying? So when we say that, and to say that the thing he did about it, Sabi stuff is, Dr. Sabi stuff is out there, and the way he died, people say it's a conspiracy.
I think it's some mystery surrounding it.
Yeah, the same one surrounding Martin Luther King's wife death when she went overseas and she came back dead. Yeah. So you can always make it a conspiracy. But my point of it, his thing is, whether if it's a conspiracy or not, and if it was, then even more so should we unite. And more so should we have untouchable people. Yeah. Because of the conspiracy. It was a conspiracy with King. It was a conspiracy with Kennedy. It's a conspiracy with everybody that's been shot. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think we in love with the symbolism of it. So we can debate that, but we don't debate the fact, what did they conspire to stop? And then what are we to, so every time we see a rapper, not the music he do, but how he lives and do all this stuff, put the money to his ear, all this type of stuff, are you a part of that conspiracy to continue putting us down that hole of being that? Yeah. So it's one of those things that if it is a conspiracy, what the hell are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? I think conversation is key, not necessarily just debate. That's another thing I've gotten
That's
better
what we
at.
having, conversation.
Because I used to be really opinionated, judgment, like really bad. Life literally had to knock me on my ass and like, this is what you talking, and I'm like, oh, this is real. This happens. So I think it's conversation, and sometimes it's like looking at the other person's point of view, because I'm like, I straddle the fence with this one, but I normally do. I'm thinking,
your ass off that fence.
But you know what? Being on the fence helps me understand why you feel the way you feel and why you feel the way you feel. You know what I mean? Because in certain cases, both parties don't have to be wrong. And I'm okay with both parties not being wrong. It's just what you took out of this situation. This is why you think this could have happened. Yeah. This is why you think this could have happened. Y'all both could be right. It could be somebody who hated, who wanted to take him out because he's black, and he's like, you got this, because let's not act like black people don't have no other black people because of their success. I want to be like this, so since I can't be like this, let me just go ahead and handle this situation. Because I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm, and it's not just hating, it's you're hurt. You got a lot of stuff going on. You don't understand what's going on with you, and you haven't handled that. So this is how you know how to react. This is how you know, and you take a man out. And it could have been somebody saying, I don't like what he's doing for the community. I saw Malcolm X when he stood there and he had everybody like chill out, and they like, what? Yeah. Like, cause they was rowdy at first, and he's like, hey, and they got it together.
That's untouchable type of thing until they got into there. But look at the Park situation. They said it was a conspiracy, right? And I remember writing for Kansas Community College newspaper at the time, and I covered Park, that death part, and I always ask the people this one question. And I love Pac. I love what he stood for. And I think that for people, this is another thing I don't know if you saw. Now they're trying to bring up, well, this is what black people good at. Nipsey did way more than Pac. Here we go comparing stuff. Yeah. That's another thing we bad at. Yep. We can be in a rap crew, and our crew is good. Well, he rap better than the other. We're taught to always divide.
We are.
You know what I'm saying? But I always ask people, Suge Knight is about, 6'5", 3 something, stomping on the dude. What if Pac don't stomp on him? Well, Pac don't join in and try to show how loyal he is with Suge getting the extra kicks in. Mm-hmm. Do Pac die? I always tell people that. It's more to it. You got to unpack things. You know what I'm saying? It became a conspiracy after he kicked and stomped the dude out. Mm-hmm. But and you look at the video, Suge didn't need no help.
He did.
They had him.
Yeah.
He just came and did the extra shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when a cop got you down, here come the other cop running and throwing his knee in your back and so-and-so. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you kicking too? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that becomes a conspiracy. Okay, another thing. If Biggie, I'm just making this thing the hook to Nip. If Biggie was warned, and if me and you right now in Kansas City, and they say, Bird, you and Vidge, right now, man, top rapper got shot. They think y'all had something to do with it, man. Why would we go shoot a video in Kansas City, Missouri? So you look at certain things that if Biggie didn't, what if he took heat? I don't think he should go to that Vibe Award right now. It's too hot. They're not over Pac yet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's too hot. They think you did it. And some people died because people have been shot or arrested because of mistaken identity. Mm-hmm. So if they saying that you may have something to do with you and Mobb Deep and all them, Mobb Deep didn't go down there to that award, then why did you stay? So it's a conspiracy if he stays at home and say, I ain't going there. Or what's it? I call it blind loyalty and blind saying that because I made a statement that I didn't do it, that they're going to believe me because I'm Biggie. Mm-hmm. So people scared to ask that question. That whether roll with the narrative that the CIA or whoever took them out. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm saying you got to unpack that sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do believe that sometimes a lot of these unexplained deaths, we have no idea who took part in. But another thing I think that, and it's sad to say, but we're desensitized to when people that in our areas die. Because it happens so much. We look for a reason when somebody that we look up to dies. Mm-hmm. Celebrities and things like that, we just don't want it to be some type of normal thing, I think.
Yeah.
Not saying that it can't be bigger than what we think it is. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's a point to where we should argue and fight over. We're going to kill each other over why this person died, and we always do that. It's the dumbest in the world. It's like, why are we fighting?
But it's to me, it's I do agree with we kill each other. I mean, not just us. Other races kill each other too. Yeah. We're just, the media is just on us to show that we do it. Because I swear they didn't want to show Olathe out there killing each other. Like, it was a shock. No, y'all do. Y'all just don't get that coverage like we get. Y'all coming down here and y'all not coming up there. That's the difference. But I do feel like we kill each other. The conspiracy is, like you said, it's a plot. It's a plot.
Yeah.
It's a plot on black people. Now, could we do better? Yes. Yes, we could. But you have to change the whole mind frame of how people think. And I've seen people who have been that way, the Nipseys, the in the hood, gang banging, all kind of stuff, who have grown up to change their ways and try to help their communities and do great things. It's the mind frame that's changing them. Like, what I did before, I'm not trying to do now. So, of course, we can't always blame, like, it's the man that's trying to hold us down. It's the man that's trying to hold us down. Because we also have choices. Yeah, the sad part about that, and I've always said this, it used to be to where you would, let's go back to the 50s and 60s. You had to have a lot of courage to do what Malcolm and Martin were doing. Because when you become a black man of power, a black woman of power, just a black person of power in general, you're a target. Now, we're scared of two things. We don't want to get too powerful because it's always in the back of your mind. I don't care who you are. It's always in the back of your mind. If you get a little bit too powerful, you think they're coming for you. Now, if you get a little bit too powerful, your people will come for you. And it's unexplained. I can't sit here and act like I know why.
Well, in the 60s and 50s, the FBI and all that, they let you know. They would call, Miss King, we're going to kill your husband. We're going to do this. They was kind of, Hoover kind of let you know how he felt with it. Right now, with all the social media and stuff, you're being tapped. You're being tapped, and you're being watched anyway. So to me, if you assume that you're being watched, if we think we can't be comfortable. I'm rich. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then bang. But if we all know that, though, here's the thing: what gets me about conspiracy. If we know it's there, why do we still act the way we do then? It's almost like, what example? My thing is, if they can kill Sandra Bland when he came to the car, this is a traffic ticket. He said, if you don't take that cigarette out of your mouth, I'm going to light you up. So he was already in the mold. He said he's going to light you up for a damn ticket. I'm going to light you up. Listen to the video. Yeah, I did. I heard. Yeah. So that, then Alton Sterling, when you carry your gun, you're supposed to announce to the officer that you have a un in your car. He announced it, and he shot with no regard of the 4-year-old in the back seat. Yeah. Okay, you got Freddie Gray. You have Tamir Rice, kid playing. So if all that in front of your face, Eric Gardner, I can't breathe. If all of that is live on television and internet that you saw, and you still continue to act like you act, I go back, since y'all like comedy, I'll go back to Raw. What did Eddie Murphy say when the lady saw him cheating? That wasn't me. Well, maybe it wasn't. So that's what we do, because we see it. We understand it, but we turn right back around and forget what we look like. And the Bible says a man's look in the mirror and see himself for what he is. And when he turn away from the mirror, he forget what he looked like. That is a man that's unstable in all his ways. We are a race that is unstable in all our ways, because I don't know what else example you need to see to get right. What else can you do? Yeah. So the only thing happens now is when it happens to you, then you get it. They asked Trayvon Martin moms, did you ever go to a visual prior to your son death? She said no. Now she goes. Why wait till death for you? Bible say weep for others. Be sad when others going through it. If we use, I'm not saying you got to be in the Bible, but we use that concept. If my neighbor's son died, I'm feeling it. Let me see what I can do. We think about it. Death should make you think and reflect and hold on to yours tighter and understand. But not, now here what the conspiracy is. The music they allowed them to push. The narratives on television, the morality is gone. So in an immoral society, how can you expect morals?
That's what. Oh, I was about to say that. I think it's that you have. I can listen to 93.3 It's a white station. It is what it is. And they encourage relationships.
They ain't talking killing.
They encourage, girl, you beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, man, I love you.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff. And then I'll turn to Hot 103, shake your ass. Like, so why do people think that if you're trying to turn people basically soulless, you trying to make us, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do. The fact that morals are not there and shame is not there. My grandmother used to say, you need to have shame. You need to feel shame because shame will make you change. Shame will make you feel like, oh my, I'm horrible. Like the things that I'm doing are horrible. And that's why I said too, call me out. And anybody else out too. Because shame people. I think
I pay you for the shame, then it's not shame anymore. That's why Cardi B can I'm not knocking her, make your money, girl. But what I'm saying is, if I move the shame out, if shame becomes popular, where everybody's doing shameful things, then in our mind, it's not bad. Yeah. So if I pay you for it and somebody's doing positive, I'm going to hit that positive stuff. I'm making this money. So what happens is, think about it. You around long enough know this. 88, 87, 88, 89 in hip hop. LL Cool J had an album called Walking with a Panther. He was on the front cover with a panther with a gold chain on, champagne in his hand, and women. He got booed off the stage in New York.
I remember that.
Everybody was talking about fight the power, the stuff that happened to Toronto Brawley case, and all that type of stuff. Everybody was conscious, so he got booed off. And what happened was, little did we know, that thing that LL do, Walking with the Panther, that's what everybody's doing now.
That's what everybody's doing now.
So there's no shame.
He picked the wrong time. We're serious now. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. And then and LL was like one of the kings of New York. And they booed him off stage because it wasn't a time. That means that was a time where we understood, where even Marvin Gaye said, I'm going to start talking about this love stuff. I'm going to ask the world what's going on. He even stopped. We ain't even looked at the writers and rappers, and writers are signs of the time. When that's a time, Solomon said that's a time and place for everything. But when I see that people are dying and so, I got to change up a little bit. You know what? I can't, even Jay-Z did 444. I got to do where's the other rappers, what's going on? Album at. So as a writer, you want to be able to look at the signs of the time, paint your environment. You paint it, but then you get up out of there. Meaning that you don't encourage it. Once upon a time in the project, all the stuff that Ice Cube wrote, they was painting a picture of what it was. They're like, F the police painted a picture. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I get on NWA, they painted a picture, F the police, then had a song called How I Rate the Bitch. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the contradiction, life is full of contradictions, some on facts, some on fiction. Still a contradiction.
Yeah,
so
the crazy part too, when you speak about NWA, Ice Cube was always positive.
Yeah.
Ice Cube was always I'll say he was always about fighting the system.
Yeah.
He would always try to open your eyes about things that maybe we weren't thinking about. Like when Ice Cube still drops music.
He's still dope.
But it's not yeah, he's still dope as fuck, but it's not popular now. People don't want to hear that. Even when you go to social media.
Yeah.
If you make a post, like I've been doing that for years. I can make it doesn't have to be negative, but as long as it's not a too positive of a light on it, everybody is drawn to it.
They share it and so and so.
I made a post last week, like in between a couple of posts that had maybe 100 likes, comments, everything. Yeah. Something about let's love each other, let's be positive. Inbox somebody telling me you're proud of them. Do this, do that. Motherfuckers don't want to hear that shit.
And that's why. So here's the conspiracy. If I train you to think that, I don't have to have the smoking gun. Your ideology is the smoking gun. Your environment, what you feed off. I have now made you the zombie. I told you, the oppressor who takes the person that he's oppressing, and that person that's been oppressed speaks the ideology, the oppressor can sit back and not do nothing.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
have, because we do the work for them, and that's why I said I have to change my way of thinking about even with numbers.
Yeah,
like I have to change my way of thinking. Like if I tell you, like, hey, if I'm talking to a group of people, and I posted about that, if I'm talking to a group of 100 people and I'm being positive, like this is what we need to do, and I only get 20 people out of this 100, I can't keep obsessing over this 80. That to me, I can't obsess over the 80. I got to worry about the 20 that I got because the 20 can go talk to another 100 people. And it's not always going to be, when it's not big numbers, we think, whatever. You cannot, just because I feel like I'm not going to get 100 people, that can't stop me from saying what I got to say. Because
it shouldn't stop. It will never stop me.
It sucks that you're not going to listen. But at the same time, I also have to understand where people coming from. That's why I said I try to straddle the fence too. Because I also have to understand where you coming from. I had positive people around me. Mm-hmm. I grew up with positivity. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up with, you ain't gonna be nothing or da-da-da-da-da. And some people did. Yeah. Some people grew up with their own family telling them, you're never going to be anything. You're trash, you're this, you're that. So from what you're coming from, and you say, oh, that's crazy. You ain't in their shoes.
Exactly.
Even in positive, you ain't in their shoes. So I have to ask you, like, why do you kind of think the way that you think? Or what's going on with you? I've made tons of friends like that who were assholes. And I'm just like, let me talk to you. Opposed to just saying, you think fucked up. Let me talk to you and figure out why you think the way you think.
And that's what you just did. You're putting your juice on that person. It's like if my car down and it's cold.
Juice.
You pull up on me. And you jump my car off. Oh, we should be jumper cables to each other.
That's
all. Yeah, we should be jump me off.
Yeah.
You know, so I can get on down the street. That's all I get to. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, that's what we're doing. You're jumping that person off. You're taking your light and you light mine up. Listen, you never lose. If you got light and you put it there, the other one never loses flame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just put it there, and then you put it that one. You can light up the whole city if we just take one light. Here's the thing I always say. You see the big fires in California, right? Mm-hmm. It started from a spark first. Mm-hmm. A spark must start the inferno. We are the spark. So you can, a inferno do not start by itself. It has to be a spark.
Yeah.
That's no matter, a car, spark plugs. It's gotta be a spark. That car can be the best car in the world. Without those spark plugs, it's not gonna get nowhere. Not gonna come on.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if we the spark, you're gonna pass that. But what happens is, we're scared of rejection. And I always tell people, when two or more are put together something, you can start a movement. A movement ain't a movement until it started with one person that moved to the next person and moved to that one, and that one then it becomes a movement. We look for the microwave movement. I'm a home cook nigga.
I was just about to ask you this next question.
Excuse my language, nigga.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's true.
How does it make you feel? And I've seen you doing things in the community for forever. Mm-hmm. When I first heard of your name, it wasn't like, oh, this was just, you were already in it.
Yeah.
And I've been here for a while, like over 20 years.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when the adults don't participate in trying to help the youth and just show them a better way?
It's insane to me. I have students that kids wanted their parents to come. I tell one particular story I tell. It was a person that his kid was wanted to kill himself. He was just having mental issues. And he just wanted his dad to show up. He said, man, my dad don't support me, so-and-so. I said, I'm going to talk to him. Mm-hmm. And I talked to him. Hey, man, the Warriors game's on, man. It's the first time they made the playoffs, man. I ain't coming to that. And sadly, a couple years later, some things happened that I know he could probably rethink it now. Rethink that situation. I see so many people just click like on the page. They see the students. Like I go on live. You see all the students inside my on the college campus. We tell people come out. I feed them. We have catering food to them, and we just say, stick your head in. They love to see that one person, like you said, that I always told no. His parents has told him no. Yeah. So he's in that at our college. If one of y'all came, proud of what you did, then he can transfer that heartbreak to at least these two believe in me. Mm-hmm. So they stay right around the corner. So you can't even get your ass up and go right to 7250 State Avenue with all the security in the world. This ain't on 2nd Street or not. This at the college to come out and show these students love, but you'll click like and that and not show up. You know what I'm saying? So it's very disappointing. It let me know how people really are. And I thank God for the endurance because I did it regardless. Here's the thing. I mentor probably 100 kids by myself. I have maybe 1 or 2 mentors that show up every blue moon. And a lot of these people show up. I call them, like we was talking about before she came here. Yeah. We got a lot of driven people out here. Don't be driven. Be called. A driven person gets to where he at, but he walks over everybody. So when I make it, you'll be like, man, bump Raj, man. He used me. He used our show. He can't acknowledge us. But if a called person get there, he goes, I like to think Urban Absurdity, for helping me, give me something to talk about.
Yeah.
And it empowers you. So being up there going to empower you. Okay, LL Cool J is the greatest example of empowerment. He does a Gap commercial. It's for Gap. He goes with his Gap jeans and do his little rap, right? Then he say, for us, by us, on the low. Had a FUBU hat on, for us, by us. And snuck it in the commercial.
Damn.
I'm gonna let you see that video. And everybody said, whoa, the FUBU. Did you see it? And Gap didn't even know it. Because he was talking about Jenny. Said, go ahead and do your freestyle and rap about Gap.
Yeah.
And he started rapping. Then he said, for us, on the, by us, on the low, pointing at the hat. It was an FB, FUBU. It was a FUBU hat.
Wow.
That's how we have to do. And we do that, guess what? Now I'm not going to hate you if you make it. She's showing me something. Our stars, but what they do, white supremacy teach our stars to do this. When we was coming up, we got on Soul Train. I know Soul Train exists more. When we came up, we wanted to be on Soul Train. Then when Soul Train do award, what we do? Hi, this is Vigilante. I accept this on the behalf of OG Ron. He couldn't make it. Mm-hmm. But at the Grammys, Ron's sitting right up there with his girl at the Grammys ready to do that because we value other people's stuff more than we value ours. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when the Soul Train do award, we don't show it. That's why I love when Michael Jackson came one time and did the thing. If we don't honor, we wouldn't be mad about a Grammy or we wouldn't be mad about Oscars if the awards that we throw out, that we put value into it.
Yeah.
Because we always been the trendsetters. This is the crazy thing how the supremacy works against you. We are the trendsetters. We change the clothing. We change everything. But the thing is, we don't own it. So they own our best minds. Yeah. They own all our skills and stuff. So therefore, we're used to being consumers. We are what you call resources. What a resource is, you reach in there, I need these parts. Like pick and pull, that's black folks. They can pick and pull, I'm going to use you. But you can't own a team, Michael Jordan. Okay, we might let you own one. But you have to work hard to get it. It took a billionaire to pass it over to you. Yeah. So we're not going to own things. So this thing is so bigger than death. It's more so walking zombies that are willingly accepting the existence of our creativity. Look at all the things we created. When you look at all the slavery days all the way up, look at all the inventions. You know, all the inventions that we created, we didn't have patents to it. But we created these things. So you got to tell me, like, y'all creating a platform right now. How is this show not just as good as Joe Budden's?
Exactly.
Because people don't want to value somebody that they see.
Yeah.
Then somebody who in Memphis and New York start rocking with your show, then your show become good. All of a sudden you become good. You still the same dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. We have to share the spark, pass it on, and not want nothing in return.
Yeah. I think that's the main, not want nothing in return. Like you just doing it because you know it's a good thing. You know it'll help everybody.
Do it like you've been doing. If we pay it forward and stop looking at handouts, but look at it as a hand up. If you need something, if I got something that I can do to help your podcast, why wouldn't I tell you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because you know why? Because everybody want to be the first.
Yep. New
shoes. Everybody staying in long lines for the same Jordans, but then everybody got them. They're hardly the same. You already got it. Mm-hmm. So we materialistic stuff because we didn't have it. They took it from us. So when we get it, first thing we do, we want people to see what we got.
Like, look at me. Look at me.
Yep.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's deep and sad.
Yeah. But yeah, this is sad, man. But you know what? I keep pushing anyway. That's why the closing line is called truth. The reason you try harder. The truth will always be the reason I try harder.
Man.
Things can change. I do. I do.
It will.
I believe things can change. Things will change. I think it's just we have to encourage each other, whether we agree with them, whether we think like them. You know what I mean? Like we do. Everybody can bring something to the table. If you had people bringing the same thing that you brought to the table, it'd be useless. Like I want different people, different minds, different thoughts, different. And then conversation. Conversation is key. I know people say that about relationships, but that's about anything. Conversation is key. If you, without the arguments, if people had these conversations even on social media, without the arguments, this is just why I think this way. Oh, well, I think this way, for opposed to, no, you wrong, you did it. Like all of that stops the conversation. Mm-hmm. Then everybody's talking, no one's listening.
I was just about to say on social media it's hard.
Yeah, I
it's way harder on social media. It's almost impossible when you, not just the fact that you're speaking of positive stuff. Everybody, like, don't be right. Like don't say what they what they thinking about first.
Yeah.
Then they won't respond, or now it's a debate, and even when the conversation is going, it's just the platform is too open. Like if it was 10 people in here talking, we would take turns. On social media, it's just a cat fight to get your words in.
And you got the more crazy you are, the better you get it. Like people when they do radio, I've been doing radio since high school, man. I was on a local radio station. I filled in a couple times at Sports Radio 810, doing time Big Jacks, Jason Whitlock. And one thing I learned about radio, if you're a host, I always tell people when you do a show, you kind of have the conversation, but you make sure your guests get some in. You see shows where the guest is sitting there like, because the host, you got to act like it's your show. When it's time for you to step in, I like how both of y'all, when I was talking, y'all was so and so, and politely know how to step in and segue the next mission of it. People don't. So when you get all these podcasts, they don't even know the etiquette of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And I love to see people grow and do things. I get excited when I see stuff like this, man, and not think that who did it or whatever. It's just what you're trying to do with it. And I think the comedy and that y'all can get serious with it. How come this show can't be syndicated? You see what I'm saying?
It really needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. So what we can do
Definitely
is we're going to push that, though. We're going to push that, man, and start recording this stuff live. Then people see live format of it, too, as well as radio format.
That's the next step. We're about 3 weeks behind. We were supposed to be going to video a few weeks ago. Because just like the Joe Budden podcast, we got to get these videos in.
Yeah.
I got a huge page, and they like to see videos.
Exactly.
Well, the internet, period.
Content.
Not just my page. People want to see.
I go to sleep. Listen, Realist, he's a little skinny little comedian from from the South, and he's skinny. I put it on playlists. I go to sleep to just watching stuff, and you give me content. People are, the one thing I will say about today's age, if you're content driven, people will listen to it and go to bed. I can't go to bed without listening. I don't even watch TV. I hadn't have a television in my house in 4 years.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't watch television. I used to be on the internet and read documentaries and stuff like that. Anybody come to my house and tell you, you got no TV? Nope.
I'm not a huge TV watcher, but I got them. Because every
watch
once in a while I do want to do it.
Yeah, I just don't watch
Most of the time I'm on my laptop or I'm a video game dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like a little competition when I'm at the house.
I'm conspiracy
But as
theory.
far as just watching all the shows and stuff, like my girl, when she comes down on the weekend, I watch the most TV.
Yeah.
Because she got like 16 series that she has to watch.
Yeah, I feel you. But like for me,
I watch it with her.
I really talk. I probably watch something about time traveling. That's how my mind goes. Yeah, that type of stuff.
All right. I will say this: R.I.P. Nipsey. They said they just announced today or last night they're having his funeral in the Staples Center. So
That's a good look.
You know how he affected so many people in California. So yeah,
he's an icon there, and I think that we shouldn't be skeptical when it's our black folks. If it was somebody white that died like that, we wouldn't even question if they did it at the Staples Center or something like that. So, golly, can we have some respect for our people?
I actually saw hate. Why is this such a big deal? And I clicked on. I think I was on TMZ.
People insane. You know why?
Why is this such a big deal?
Black. He's black. They think he's just another Negro that died in their mind. No, he was more than that. And it's about time. See, when we can respect our people kind of like that, but we want them to do it living. But when we can say, you know what? He did matter. It is something that because I told you, we drive the culture. We drive it. That's why they get mad, because they know who the biggest consumer. That $1.1 trillion spending power of the black man.
Yep. Exactly right.
That's right. And Black Lives Matter. That means all of us. That means all of us, not just why is one person getting looked at.
It's like you got a T-shirt with your great-great-great-grandma on the shirt. Well, my grandma's life matter. Nigga, I don't care. This is my grandma that died. You know what I'm saying? The hell you mean? But that's what they say when you say Black Lives Matter. They go, all lives matters.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying. You more than your great-great-great-great-grandmother. And they're going, hey, man, my grandma died. Okay, well, you go get your damn T-shirt.
Right.
What the hell you mean?
Get your own stuff.
I'm going in mines right now.
Exactly.
That's what we're talking about right now.
It's always a competition. I hate that.
They come up, but they do. They come up like the LBGQTEFG. They come in. They come in. And I'm not knocking them. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But if you want to be accepted, stop using that, because everybody. I'm quite sure before that movement got powerful, that they said some instances things about heterosexual.
Yeah.
So stop acting like we all. First one without saying cast the first stone. You know, so that's the whole point, man. So I just think that if we start respecting it like that, what you're about to see with the Staples Center and all the stars doing, then you know what? And we start doing it for the Sister Mary around the corner, JoJo down the block, then death is not tolerated no more. And anytime we see the behavior at a young age, we stomp it out. Because our boy Commons from Chicago, he said a line in his rap while once the father passed a blunt to his 15-year-old kid, he just made his kid even with him. You see what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up, South and Chicago, when they got ready to get their drink on, y'all take your ass outside.
Yeah.
Get the hell away from it. Yeah. You watch Good Times. What did they tell little Michael? Go in the other room.
Yeah.
Till we separate what grown folks is and we start blurring that line to a gray area effect, you're going to get a kid bucking up to you because you made them feel like you're your friend instead of the parent.
Yeah.
We had to get our ass out. My uncles, man, y'all don't get y'all because they want to smoke their weed and whatever they want to do. Get y'all ass out of here.
We would have to go and the doors would be locked. We couldn't even come back in.
It's hot outside.
We mad as hell.
Exactly.
Trying to find an icy machine so we get the ice. We got some money on the ice bike. You know what I'm saying? So we don't separate that no more. We just do it in front of them.
I agree.
That's a great point.
That's what, until we separate, we made it cool. It was I can't wait till I get grown. It ain't that no more. They're grown now.
Right now.
The time is now.
You know what I'm saying? 12. 12 o'clock. 12. They know weed, and then that's what the internet does. It bring everything in. You know, you want to be funny to be a comedian and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We sneak and take our uncle's little porn tape. And I was smart enough when I took it. I rewinded back on the number that it was on when he left, so he wanted to booby trap me. Stay woke, people. Stay woke.
I used to do that.
Yeah, wind it back. They'll know if you mess with it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this part.
Got to get it right back to that scene.
Same scene right there. Leave it alone.
Start hearing somebody moving. You trying to rewind. The rewind.
And loud as a hater.
The crazy thing, the rewind was loud as a motherfucker. You know when you got it down and it's quiet, it seemed like a gunshot went off. Like, oh my God, they about to catch me.
About to catch me.
Oh my God. Hey, I got to bring up something. We're going to get off of this. We're going to go to some fun. We're going to pull everything out of you. This is one of the things that, like, I'm intrigued by. Like you say, when you don't watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of stuff on the internet. I watch people live, and I live vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Will Smith has a page. Bianca, I know you know about this. His bucket list, bucket list page. Yeah. That man he really fucking lives. I know he's rich.
Yeah.
But the things I see him do, like, just invigorates me. I'm looking like, bro, I got to do something. A lot of things he does, I'm not going to say, like, as far as activity, swimming with sharks, skydiving, things like that, I don't know. But the places he visit, I bring that up to say this. I want to know what's on y'all bucket list.
Here's the thing I do. I always support life. I don't say bucket list. I say love it list. I don't support death. You know what I'm saying? I won't, I think that you do that and then you die, then you be mad as hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I say the love it list, something that I love to do. I would love to do. I would love to explore or go to some place to look at the stars and see if the earth is flat. I would like to see is the earth flat or is it round. It's something that people think crazy. We accept that as being round, but I've never seen a picture of the backside of the earth. It's like taking a picture of your face. Don't know what the back of your damn head look like. All these years, can you show me there's a backside of the earth? Yeah. Never get a chance to see that picture. They never show it to you. You don't never see it. So I would love to see that. I would love to see on the other side of Antarctica because nobody never been around it. So if you've never been on past Antarctica, just the first part of it, then have you truly been around the world? And I want to know, last thing, is if you fly from California to Australia and then turn around and fly back, how's that called around the world when it's just across the world? Wouldn't around the world be all the way around, all the way up like that? So it's just some things that makes me go, what the hell, man? All these years. And then I want to know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Did we really land on the moon? And I always say this, and I say it like my grandma said. How the hell that regular ass stuff in 69 laying on the moon when we can't even get our phone calls right now? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because
that raggedy ass stuff.
Think about it though. You had dial-up shit. I mean, you think dial-up was bad. Rotary stuff. Yeah. And you tell me we powered up, went through the radiation belt. Let's say we landed. Chill out. Boom, 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 boom. Get back on there. How you power back up to go back across there?
Yeah.
With one time. On your first time. Like, let's say we going to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Get this coat. Let's say we've been there, but let's say she ain't been there. She get a coat. Yeah, this coat gonna be good enough. And you get there, shit, this coat ain't worth a damn.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Chicago fooled you. Because
You know what you right.
You didn't pay for the wind. You know, the windy city, you didn't pay for that wind to hit you, so now you cold. So also you never been there. So you gonna know exactly what it is there.
Yeah.
Or what it feels like and everything. You don't get it right. But now in the 80s and the 90s and 2000s, you can't even get out the sky without it blowing up and failing. If you see a television in 69 and look at a television now, it's better, right? So why can't we should have McDonald's on the moon? So that's the type of stuff I get involved in.
That's interesting as fuck.
Yeah, so that's stuff because we just take the narrative.
We
don't trust the government, but we trust them when they tell us about the moon. It's a contradiction, man.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel that way about a lot of things, like books we read. Even when we say we woke, like go there. The stuff that you're reading about. Go there. See,
I'm scared to get caught. I want to make sure I get back for that.
Exactly. That's one of the things.
Well, that's the love it.
That's why I don't go there.
That's the love it list. Like, no, but I would like to skydive. That's just me.
I feel you.
Adventurous.
My list.
Yeah.
It's mine.
You love it list. Take a picture. I sure love it.
I'm like, see what I'm doing? No, I would. I always wanted to skydive.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I bet it's fun though.
Yeah. Of course, when my son gets older, I want to go to Africa, but I want to find my roots first. Like, I've never done that. And the sad thing is, I feel like my grandmother, I wish I would have asked her more questions, and I was really close.
Walk down that trail.
Yeah, I wish I would have asked her and my grandfather more questions while they were there, and I'm just thinking, they're going to be here always.
Yeah.
And now, it's like, well, I gotta do the footwork and try to see what I can find. I would really, really, really love to do that because I feel like I need my kid to know. You know, you're leaving the tracks. After I'm gone, then somebody else has to know and do the work. So yeah, the legacy. So I would like to. Those are two main things that I would really, really like to do.
I would like to see unity one day. I think unity is a myth.
Yeah.
And the people say, "Why you mean it's a myth?" Prove me wrong.
It's gonna be so hard.
It's like finding the dinosaur.
But it's possible.
I ain't saying it wasn't possible.
I hope it is.
You know what? When I don't want to go back to this, but I loved, and whether people, is it bad to say a black man got dragged? Sometimes we do things that we need to get dragged for. That's why I said call me out. Sometimes we do things we need to get dragged for. When they dragged Future for saying what he said, I said, I love it. This is unity. To me, this is unity. This is like, yes, call him out.
But then the first time, me and Boris was on a campaign. We with Lil Wayne and Future, we got them pushed off of Mountain Dew because Wayne said, I beat the, I don't know if you cuss on here or not.
Yeah.
I beat the pussy.
Go hard.
I beat the pussy up like Emmett Till's face. And the Emmett Till family said, hey man, can you retract that? Mm-hmm. He refused to apologize for it. So we had a campaign. We got Mountain Dew to get his ass off that label because you couldn't have said I beat the pussy up like Jesse Bonet, that little girl that got killed. They would have got him out of here. So if Emmett Till ain't sacred, then who is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He sparked the civil rights movement. Emmett Till death came 6 months before Rosa Parks said, "Let me off the bus."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when we're not sacred. Like I said, who's untouchable in our race? So until we have that untouchable thing, because white people, one thing they will do is get in cold. They know certain things is wrong, but they're not going to say nothing about it. But we'll make jokes on them, meme Bill Cosby, all this stuff. I mean, I'm not going to get into the R. Kelly stuff and all that, but they got just as many.
Oh, we can. We got time.
You know what I'm saying? Feather shot timer. But what I'm saying is, we love to do it. And you want to see black passion? Mm-hmm. Let them hate on other black folks. You get the best passion, Michael Jordan focus you can ever have when it come to knocking each other down.
Yeah. And one of the craziest things, too, you made me think about this. When I was younger, my grandma used to tell us this story. You mentioned Emmett Till.
Yep.
Before we grew up in reading magazines and stuff, we was into comic books and things like that. Yeah. I don't know how some of these conversations came about, but she's from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. That's where she was born, and she used to tell us stories like that.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, I'm not going to say when you were young you really wasn't caring about what your grandma said, but it's like when you 5 and 6 and 7 years old, you think you know it all. then your grandma hit you with some heavy shit. You listen, but
Yeah.
I mean, you a kid. You can't be expected to hold on to that information and try to do something about it at 7.
later.
But yeah, it's so fucking powerful later.
Yeah.
It's so powerful later. And what you just said, Wayne said, like, not everybody's parents, but grandparents from the South.
Yeah.
I won't say they were scared, but it was some things that they told you not to do.
Exactly.
It was some ways they told you to conduct yourself when you were around other people.
Yeah.
They had plenty of knowledge, but it was like they didn't really want to push it. And now that we have power where we claim to be fearless, we pick and choose when we're fearless.
And you know what you're saying about that? I think that if you go into a Bloods Crip neighborhood, you from the South or somewhere, they're going to tell you that this neighborhood, you can't be wearing blue or red. I don't think that, when I look at the Emmett Till case, he's from Chicago. I don't think he understood that when you go down South, you don't look at a white woman.
He didn't.
So he's a kid. He's like, he's from Chicago. He's a kid. And I did a song on Emmett Till. I'm one of the first ones to ever do a song on Emmett Till. And Alvin Sykes, shout out to him, a guy from Kansas City. Before Emmett Till's mother died, she talked to him. And he got George Bush, before he got out of office, to sign the Emmett Till bill from 1955 to forever to do cold cases on all lynching, not just Emmett Till, but all lynching. It's called the Emmett Till bill. He's, unlike the other guys, he's one of the guys from here that put some on the books. So all these politicians, you got to look at them putting stuff on the books. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying.
Can't stop that fault.
Yeah, can't stop it like a mug. Hey, pushing, boy, I got it down. It's still pretty loud.
That's that new thing.
I know.
You gotta,
Illuminati.
I was just saying, you gotta sit at home and work with it first before you.
They don't want this shit to get out. They calling us.
Yeah. You know, and people really believe that.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, they listening. I got Alexa in here. They say Alexa listening to us.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the thing.
Alexa, talk about
Shut your mouth. Right
Are y'all talking in this motherfucker?
I heard nothing about drug dealing and thuggery.
Hey, one of the things I got to squeeze mine in, I don't really have too much of a bucket list. I guess it'll develop. I'm scared of all things, like as far as skydiving, zip lining I'm going to do. Even though, like, me and my girl, we went on a vacation a couple years ago. Everything I said I was going to do when we get there while we was planning, I got there and punked out. Jet skis, parasailing, zip lining over fucking valleys, I punked out all of that. The thing I want to do is I want to go to Egypt. I want to touch a fucking pyramid. I want to get up close enough just to look at this shit because I'm fucking intrigued by that. Like you talk about how the spaceship make it to the moon in the 60s with a lawnmower motor. I want to see, like, these people moved these huge 20-ton bricks, and they wasn't just throwing them together.
No, because they can't reduplicate it now.
Yeah, they can't do it now.
It's crazy.
Scientists try to break that design down, and they cannot do it. And that just, these people were, 2,000 years ago, something like that? Yeah. How in the hell did they even, first of all, how do you start the process of thinking, I'm going to build this? Yeah. What were they fucking putting they writing diagrams on the wall? Yeah. It was like, I'm so amazed by that shit. I want to see a pyramid in my life. I think
it'll be heart-wrenching. You know, I bet you go there to see that. I would love to go there, too, to see it, to just see that. And that's why I always into all the stuff I see. I think art always tells you what's coming up. Yeah. Remember Enemy of the State? It showed Will Smith running and how the GPS was going to be a factor. And then a couple years later, we got the GPS. And so I say I believe cloning is on the table. I believe that people are cloned. I think that the ancestry stuff you're sitting down to, they get your DNA. Probably a bunch of doppelgangers around this mug. Yeah. You know, because it's always, here's why I say, if you're in the room doing the guinea pig, there's always somebody doing the guinea pig to try to get the grade. Is that other Negro that's experimenting with the guinea pig. When he grew up. So you trying to tell me if they clone the animal, it will even make me curious. What if we did this? Man has always tried to find out who God is or be God himself. Yeah. So why wouldn't you try to clone it? If you clone organs. So we don't know what's out there, bro.
Right now, I just read an article. This was less than a week ago. They cloned a white tiger. and they put it in. I don't know what damn state this was. They put it in the cage, and it was a female tiger. She ate it. She knew something wasn't right.
Exactly.
She immediately ate the motherfucker.
Yeah. So
that should tell you, like, leave that shit alone.
And that's what I'm saying. It's scary, and we think it's just movies and stuff. And that's like the time travel and all that stuff. That's stuff that that's what keeps me going. I mean, you know, I can watch TV and all that type of stuff, Twilight Zone stuff. What keeps me going is that in your mind, we say we only use about 5 to 6% of it. So that means that other part of it is untapped.
Yeah.
Sometimes the grandma might pick the car off of her kid. Mm-hmm. There's been stories of that. Or the lady lifting the car up. So what triggers that? I'm very intrigued of what do we really know? Like the pyramid saying maybe their mind was on something different.
Yeah.
Because back then, while they working on their hieroglyphics and stuff, they didn't have ESPN to distract them.
Exactly.
The video show or social media, they could literally focus. People literally looked at the stars and created. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're so distracted that I venture to say we might use 2%. If it was 6, we down to 2. You know what I'm saying? Because we let everything drive us through social media.
I agree.
So it's crazy.
Wow.
We are distracted.
We are hella distracted. But I like quiet time and look at things. And the more as you get older, you start realizing I don't have patience for stuff like that. And people accept it exists. They say our brain is so powerful. So when people go, man, I'm old, I'm tired, and your brain says, okay.
Sounds like me.
But your brain says, okay, you are? Okay, let's speed that process up there. Since you're saying that, I'm going to do what you say. It's like this great computer that we have that does exactly what we says. You know what I'm saying? So we start, most people that feel like they life, so-and-so got energy, like Will Smith, his life, his energy, boom, 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 boom. That's why we resonate, because he ain't going, well, you know. And what we do as black people, we do this worse than anybody. We throw our old people away. Rolling Stones can get on stage at 80. And have young generation already up. We say he's too old to be rapping or he's too old to be singing. I don't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. They teach us to be in the moment, but they love their history, but they tell you to forget about your history. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Although I always say that when people argue with me, especially online, like you said, we have a conversation, and then they'll say, well, slavery happened so long ago, and it didn't. Slavery happened so long ago, like, I think we should just love one another, and we should just forget about the past. I'm like, but y'all say remember 9/11. It's literally remember in the so, but that happened in the past. Yep. So since it happened in the past, and then they argue, they get mad. Like,
oh yeah,
so
they get pissed.
Yeah, if it happened in the past, why do we care about what happened in 9/11?
Don't forget the Holocaust.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So and we paid a hell of a cost too. You know, $600 million on the passageway here. Mm-hmm. And that's just lightly on the numbers. You can imagine more because you think about some free labor that was built on here. They, you know, and then we as black people, they treat us to laugh at reparations. But they gave reparation to the Jews over there, and it happened over there, not here. So we can't even. So the thing is, we have our rich people, and I always said, why do the Oprahs and them turn against their own people? And I say, I want to believe that, come on, whether your neighborhood, where you come from, the joy for me, this is what I love about Will. His thing y'all don't know about Will. Remember the show when it comes on, he got those guys playing in the basketball court? Yeah. They turn them all the way down? Mm-hmm. Those are called, that was his crew back when they was touring. Mm-hmm. Charlie Mack, he's the first out the limbo. He was talking about Charlie Mack, his bodyguard. That's the guy turning him around. Overbrook, if you see Overbrook Entertainment, Overbrook is one of his boys. So we give LeBron James props for hiring all his friends, right? Yeah. Will Smith did it first. Will Smith had friends. And then on Fresh Prince show, you saw Jazzy Jeff get thrown out the house. Yeah. He always had his boys, and he still got his crew together with him. So to me, wouldn't it be pleasurable get somebody you grew up with to be in your show, be in your video versus some stranger that you don't know? I don't get it. I don't get the people that have made it now when they come back in the city that they want to get models and all this stuff, and it's people here. That's the only thing. I tell you, sometimes the wrong people have the money. Sometimes they do.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I hate that. So, but you keep pushing anyway, but I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, one of the things I was thinking, I want to ask y'all this question. Do y'all think, like, let's just say, not the people that made it and got rich when they were 20 or older or something like that. Do you think that being rich from the time you were born is like a burden? Do you think that changes the way they think about other people? Do they think other people are lesser, or it makes it a little harder to fight for the struggle when you don't know it?
Or if you know it, you don't want the burden of dealing with it. And you don't have to deal with it because you got money. You go, oh, that's, too bad. But back to my life, back to what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So the burden sometimes can be, I always link it to, if you're born with it, and if your parents they teach you how to be just elite, so to speak, then everything else you're going to look down on because you have no sense of it. You feel some type of way, you read, you're smart, but you're so comfortable. It's called comfortably numb. That's my word, comfortably numb. So you can be comfortably numb with dealing with poverty and ignorance, and you also can be comfortably numb with just dealing with your rich existence. This is how it is, and everybody need to pull themselves by their bootstraps. Well, hold up, you didn't pull yourself out bootstrap. You're like Trump, daddy literally gave him $1 million, you know what I'm saying, for his birthday. So pulling yourself by the bootstrap is disingenuous. So I just think that when a person is, that's why I get on people that's been poor and get up there and forget. Now, you can't pay everybody way, but damn, your circle, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't saying, if you buy, to me, like, I take Mayweather. He can do what the hell he want to do with his money. But if you're buying 20 million, you got about 60 cars that's worth over 30 million. You could take that one car and go to your hood and change it like you never changed it before.
Yeah.
Off of one $400,000 watch, you can come to Wyandotte County and put up a community center and a place where people can fill out jobs and learn how to do trades right there.
Mayweather owns an $18 million watch.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So these guys,
wow.
So they fall under that. I'm glad to be here. We spend our lives trying to get to where they at. And what they do, they try their best to get to where we at. They like our style, our music, our fashion. They look at our women. They get butt implants, lip implants, everything. So when you look at it from the standpoint, we don't know that we're gold. We're gold, but we treat ourselves like we fool's gold. But just like they tell you, Africa is the worst place, but it got all the resources.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a contradiction. It was the worst place. Why y'all over there keep continuing to dig and take everything from it?
Because and this is how that's the setup. Like you said about the earth. You show me pictures, but you get to choose what you show me.
That's it.
You get to pick what you show me, and I just gotta eat that up and be like, okay, this is what it is.
The hunter controls the narrative. When you see the lion head on the wall, you don't know how he got that.
Yeah.
Did he shoot it with a bow and arrow? The lion had a chance to tell the story. Nah, man, he wasn't even. He had a Uzi and shot and sprayed us. He didn't shoot with the hunting gun. So when I say that, of course we landed on the moon. What do you mean? We got proof. You can look up there and see and da-da-da-da. And you believe the narrative. But here's the thing. If you did it again, you know why I really believe they don't go again? Because if you did it now, we could literally see it. Back then, you only had CBS, NBC, ABC. You only had 3 networks, and this stuff was delayed. So if we fly up, we see you going up. Then you hear
real time
feed talk to you, so on and so. I'm going to give y'all something to look at called A Funny Thing Happened on the Moon on YouTube. Watch that. It'll drive you nuts when you watch it. But so we see that, and then we see them coming down. You had no other way of seeing it.
Yeah.
Right now, it would be on YouTube and all kinds. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you can put a GoPro on the front of that motherfucker. Like I want to see.
I see it now.
You can prove it like crazy.
Yeah.
But then they say, well, we're gonna try to go to Mars now. There's nothing on the moon, so we don't go back there.
Oh, we're gonna shut the space program down.
Yeah,
now.
and give it to Russia.
Yeah.
Now Russia was first in everything. They were first to put stuff in space, first to orbit, first to do all that stuff. But they never got on the moon. They asked Russia why. Well, because we couldn't get past that radiation belt. But then we put on that big show that we did it. And if you're my enemy and you did something that I know I couldn't do, now I don't know if I'm gonna mess with you right now. You go, hey man, you better watch this. I'll pull this gun out. I don't know if you got it. So I got one down. I got a gun, but he might have one too. All right.
Yeah.
You did it. But you asked me deep heart, damn, we didn't do it. They were so far ahead of America in that Russian and that space race that they had to do a national emergency and say we must put a man on the moon by 1969. This was John Kennedy said, because Russia was killing them. They was killing them. They was orbiting, putting satellites out. They was killing them. They might be a satellite that's going to try to bomb us. So we're behind. And then you see the funny thing on the moon, how many ships they crashed, man, would make you laugh. Not laugh if somebody got hurt, but they kept trying and boom, crashing. Watch this thing, man. You're going to be like, but all of a sudden, in 69, July, perfection. Went straight up, landed, took pictures, had fun with it. Got back in, went back down, did it in 72 again, and then says irrelevant to go back up on there.
Yeah, then in the 80s, the Challenger blew up.
Yeah. So
when everybody was watching.
The engine bay.
So it's crazy.
You know what? You got me thinking. I'm going to have to watch that. You're going to have to tell us again. What was that?
A funny thing happened on the way to the moon on YouTube.
Wow.
It's documents and stuff like that. I didn't put it out. You got these people, the pictures. And then they start showing the pictures of the Earth. They're the same pictures that have been taken since, I think, 72. And the guy that used to work for NASA, he used to Photoshop the picture. They said, why you Photoshop? So we can make you see what it really looks like. Huh? What the hell you Photoshopping for then? Let me see what it really look like.
Yeah.
So you know how we filter things? Well, they filter that. So what do it really look like?
I got this question to ask. Because my brother talked to me for about 2 hours one day, about a year ago, about the Earth being flat. Can't remember a lot of the points he made. Some of them had you thinking, but
Please think.
Okay, if the Earth is flat, like, would there be like an edge, or will it go on forever?
Antarctica. That's what I try to tell you. The ice walls protects it. These walls. Donald Byrd, the guy that made people start thinking about flat Earth, was somebody from their own government. He was, when they was chasing Hitler over there in that area, Operation Paperclip. They went over there. He noticed the polar gaps was hard, and on the other side, he saw this untapped land. This was another thing. What's over there? He said, "Well, enough uranium and stuff that could fuel the whole world." And he said before on his radio show, television show, "I wonder what we're gonna do with that and how we're gonna do it." And you go look at the maps. When you get to Antarctica, there's about 50 countries with a treaty since 1955 that don't go beyond that point. Now, we don't have beef with each other, but we ain't going past this motherfucker. And the guy from Virgin Mobile tried to fly over there, and he was met with fighter jets saying, "You need to turn back around. We're going to shoot you out the sky." Because they wanted to know what's on the other side of Antarctica. And it's still a question. It's like if I land at your house. Well, people don't been to Antarctica. Yeah, they haven't been there. I'm in your house right now. Have I been in your bedroom? Have I been all back past the other part of your house? So if as far as we going, what the hell is over there? Well, yeah, I've been in Ron's house, and this is all this got. What do you mean? What do you mean? The Earth is flat? I've been in Ron's house. I was in his kitchen. Did you go down to his basement? No. Did you go in his bedroom? No. So what the hell do you know about the rest of this part? Well, you can't go that far. We can't let you go there. So what's over there? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying is it round? Now they already changed that narrative. They say it's not spherical now because truth is coming out. Now it's more shaped like a pear. Now the damn Earth, so we should have a pear on our damn globe. Now it says it's more
shaped like a pear.
Shaped like a pear because Neil deGrasse said it's kind of it's fat in the middle because of the equator. That wasn't the narrative for, because the more people get technology, the more you can see. All we got to do, we point them satellites. And here's the thing. Have you ever seen a satellite run without having one of those towers there? So we got satellite. Why do we still need these landmine towers?
Wow.
They still here. You drive, if you ever travel, you see them towers everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Knock them down. So we got satellites, right?
Yeah.
It's like having antennas right now. Why we need antennas when we got... Because those are the antennas. They bounce off those. So it's cool. And then when you're in space and you got all these thousands or hundreds of thousands of satellites they have, how come you don't see them? And if you got all those thousands of satellites, I'm going to say this is funny. Take a picture of the back of the damn Earth.
Hey, I'm with you, bro.
Because think about it. You see a picture of Earth, what you see? You see the little Canada, America, South America, then you see Europe, Africa, and Australia, right? That's what you see. What's the backside of that look like?
I never. Damn, this is a good show.
Man.
I'm learning some
That's
shit.
how I think, man. Hey, you can show me backside, I'll shut the hell up.
Show me what's on the back of this motherfucker.
I want to see the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? But they're you seen it. We showed it to you. No, I ain't seen the backside. See, I'm that animal. I'm that pig that watched my uncle get on back of the truck where they said that's heaven, but he never came back. Which, get the slop, eat the slop, eat the slop. I'm that pig going, what's this wall right here?
Yeah.
Get your butt back out there. I go back over there. What's that wall?
Yeah.
That's what we have to do. We happy with being over here, so that's what the distraction is. You on this side. You on this side. You over there. Hey, we got the food. We got the light. Da da da. I'm going. If that's there, somebody put it there, and that's what that ice wall is. It holds everything together. You can't get past it. Towers up. But global warming, sooner or later, you're gonna see something. You know, so let's say that the thing melts. New York is covered up, water-wise.
The water.
Yeah, water. So it's a lot of things that's mysterious that you want to know. See, people just trained to go live bucket list. No, live fuck it list. I want to know is there immortality. I want to know is there time traveling. I want to know all the stuff that they tell you is just mystery. But take an airplane right now and land in 1500. Would they think you an alien? What would they think you are? So when the Bible say we saw a locust spitting fire, would you think that ship was a locust or a bug? If you back in the caveman day, you see this thing fly up, you ain't gonna know it was an airplane. You're gonna describe the best way you can, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about these things and think about how you get the deja vu and all these different things, that intrigues me, man.
So let me ask you this. So if you find out this information, even one of these bits of pieces of information, would you tell people?
Hell no. To the no, no, no.
Okay.
Eyes like the leaves. I keep it to myself. I got the power. Think about you have power.
Why do you think that type of information is hidden, though?
Huh? I think it's hidden right in front of our face because if it's hidden, then you guess what? You change the system. Because if you say the space program was $1 billion lie, that's what you see in the books. I didn't put this out. These are other white people putting this stuff out. I just watched it, and it becomes $1 billion lie. Then why did you do it? Some people said because the communist war, your biggest enemy was doing stuff that you wasn't doing. So we got to at least make a film production of making you think that and get y'all off my tail. Sometimes you can fake it till you make it.
So you gotta, but you have to leave this information before you pass. So you'll have to do like a Quincy Jones.
Who said that you got to pass? See how your mind is trained?
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying. Let's say you believe in God. Let's say you do believe in the biblical Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Just say hypothetically, why do all the people say when I die? Let's say you always the theory with Jesus is he coming back, right? If he came back today, did you die? That means you never lived the casket.
I've always said that too.
People are always gonna eliminate themselves. I'm Mr. Me Too.
It used to scare the fuck out of me when they say you're gonna hear those horns sound. I used to have dreams about that shit.
Just to say hypothetically, for those that believe, I'm just saying for those who believe, why would you say you have to be dead? Somebody's gonna be here when he comes.
Yeah, my
so
grandma
why not
used
you? So I always don't understand why people think that we are taught to eliminate ourselves.
I used to scare the shit out of myself.
No, you ain't got to say that. I don't equate DIE. It's love it, the living life. Support life. Train your brain about life.
Hey, I used to always say that when I was little. When I was young, I said, I do not want to die. I was that fucking afraid of death. I was like, okay, give me to about 75 or 80. Then when I get sick, I want to hear them trumpets sound. God, come back before I die because my biggest fear has always been death. As you get older, well, me, I kind of, like, I don't fear it anymore because I know, well, just like you said, we think it's inevitable.
Yeah. So
now I take it a little bit better. But I can remember just having dreams about those trumpets sounding. I can remember the first time I heard a motherfucking tornado warning sound siren. I was like, oh shit.
Or doomsday.
Is it that time?
They teach you that. But what I'm saying is, it's the mentality. Reality is reality. But the mentality is that we have always taught finality in our life.
Yeah.
We don't think infinite. We think finite.
So give us the information so that if you find it, give us the information because you're not going to die.
No, but it's coded. We all get the information, then we don't die. Imagine if, you know what legacy is? Legacy is stuff that you pass down so you don't die. You see what I'm saying? It's legacy.
There you go. So give us the information. So if you find out what's behind the wall.
If I found out on the wall, I think they'll know that I found out. So my thing is, I just believe that you have to have a mentality of life and love life. We think about it. When we talk about life, it's cool. But when you talk about death or people getting shot up, the movies, anything that's dealing with killing and so on. So why is that more intriguing than somebody actually living? Like, think about this. One of my friends got stage 4 cancer. I can say his name, Lee Joe.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. We're doing a GoFundMe for him. For those who want to donate, please go donate to Lee Joe. There's a percentage of people with stage 4 cancer that survive. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a plane that can crash and 68 people die and 1 left. Nigga, I was planning on being that one.
He said that one.
You know what I'm saying? One when the fire, like, remember when Will Smith and Independence Day, I saw him walking on the thing thought he was dead. He had the cigar in his mouth, he had the alien, he was a dragon. Why can't that be you? Why can't you have that mentality of that? Oh, I probably blow up and crash up in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in training your brain. I'm not saying things can't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in training your brain to think that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so on. So because you're training for finality instead of living in the reality you are and looking about things that create. Somebody lived to get 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, go ask somebody at 80, do they want to die? We probably say, when I get 80, I'm cool. He get 80. Oh, hell no, I ain't trying to die.
Exactly.
He's feeling good and stuff. Why would he die? Mm-hmm. You know, so my thing is, it's people that live to be 120. Why can't that be you? There's people used to live longer than that. Think about it. Our 40s is not the same as your uncle's 40. Yeah. We're in better shape, better health, better knowing things. So your kids, when they get 40, it's going to be totally different. Mm-hmm. Look at Denzel. Look at Angela Bassett at 60-something years old. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's not your average 60-year-old. Mm-hmm. So with more knowledge and mindset and preparation and health conscious things, who say we can't tap into whatever they was tapping into when they were living to be 400 years old and all that? Mm-hmm. Who says it?
I got one more thing to throw at you, where both of y'all. And this is something that, because it's such a contradiction to me. All right, when you speak about God creating the earth, how many years ago, according to the Bible, was that?
2,000, I think.
2,000 years. Something. But they also push dinosaurs were here millions of years ago. Mm-hmm. I just read an article yesterday. Yeah. We just have proof that whales used to have legs. They were dinosaurs millions of years ago. That's a direct how if God came and created this earth 2,000 years ago, then how were there living beings on this earth millions of years ago?
You know what was funny when they see the dinosaur stuff? They say it's that dragons and all this stuff. Do we really have proof though? And
I mean, they force the bones and the findings on you and things like that. That's the only thing I'm saying. They really push it. Like they don't try to bury it.
I see it, but where's the repeat of that? They also said that we came from monkeys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, the black folks like we look at monkeys. It's for comedy, there's some funny stuff in there when you look at baboons and silverback gorillas because you can sometimes make a correlation.
Yeah.
But they look like polar bears too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's one of those things that, but look at this. We got animals that we're going to see within our lifetime. It's going to be extinct. It's already on the extinct list. So could it be possible? Yes. Could it be the size? But then again, once again, who are we trusting with the information that's out there? Who controls the narrative of the dinosaurs? And if I'm a dinosaur, I sure ain't gonna come around here. Think about you as a superhero. Your ass will be laid on a table. They'll be digging in you, trying to check you out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why aliens don't come here. I ain't coming to America. America's like the hood. Mm-hmm. I mean, the earth is like the hood. They just ride past there. Nobody come. You see a shooting star, they riding past. They ain't finna stop. They ain't finna land here.
Exactly.
So do you believe in aliens?
I think aliens
or other life forms.
Yeah, I think there's a multiple life forms. You look under the water, they find these different forms of things. So I think there are other life forms that we call aliens or bogey. There's also has been reports of seeing things like that. And who can tell you? Put it this way. After the Roswell thing in, I want to say 1946, I want to say something in between there. Technology all of a sudden just sprouted. Technology ain't been around as long as people think it is.
Hell no.
Fiber optics, the fiber stuff and all that stuff and stuff. right shortly after that, you had this big boom of technology. So I don't know what happened at Roswell. I know with technology, when I was studying communication major at Emporia, it runs 20 years ahead. So that means that what we're happy about right now is old as dirt compared to the people what they have now. So when you start looking at the internet, go to the 1982 Terminator, they call it Skynet. So these are history showing you what's happening. So you think they ain't trying to move matter to the other side? They're already working on time traveling thing, trying to move one matter to the next side, see does it work. You know, so when I look at how we're set up, your brain is set up just like this computer. You jog the computer, start losing stuff. We upload stuff to it, we upload stuff into what we're doing. It's amazing about us as human beings. It's amazing about animals. As we eat our animals, I really sometimes feel bad about it because you ever had a dog before or a cat before? Anyone of y'all?
I got a dog.
Yeah, I haven't had a dog.
Mess with a dog kid and see they were trying to protect. So that means that they got emotions. And what messed my head up sometimes, how can you eat somebody that got emotions?
You know what I don't get, and even now,
I eat now, but I'm saying, but when you start thinking, it got emotions.
Yeah.
It mourns. It feels pain. When you say, was you on my couch? Think about a dog. The dog is the most bilingual person ever. They have a Mexican owner, or they know. You know
Exactly.
So my thing is, when we think about that, if it loves its
Never
kids,
thought about that.
it pisses me off.
I do. You know I do. I'm a very
because
emotional
they have
person.
kids. They have kids. They have sex. You see a dog, they get down like we get down. So they might get stuck and throw hot water on you.
Yeah.
What I don't get is, and y'all can answer this question.
We talking like this, y'all, and we ain't even smoking no weed. Go ahead.
This is a good show.
So I seen I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like a picture, a video of this guy unloading dogs.
Yeah.
He's going into, and everybody's like, and I'm like, but do y'all know what the pig does, or what the cow does, or what the you know what I mean? Like, I guess, and it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing because mentally you feel comfortable with eating animals that
we have grown up
you've grown up to eat. So it's like, no, these are normal. These are not.
Chinese Asian peeled dogs like it was chicken.
Yeah.
I'm about to say in other countries it's different.
Yeah,
and kill a spotty like that,
and rats and everything else, and people looking like, oh my god, that's disgusting. That's
in some
nasty.
countries they'll kill you for killing a cow. I'm thinking you're about to eat it.
Yeah, the Hindus, under Hindu, they worship the cow.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those countries over there. I think.
Hey, one crazy thing too, I got to bring this up. Y'all might have saw it on Facebook. They got these videos where they cook these like cupcakes or like a small cake, and it's like really realistic, look like a dog.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then they fucking with these damn dogs by having it sitting right in front of them.
Yeah.
And they cut it.
Yeah.
And them fucking dogs like, oh shit. Yeah, or just run off. Like, why y'all fucking with them dogs like that? They got emotions.
Thinking. They saw it and they ran. You don't say saw it and they ran. And they'll protect you. You train them to protect you. They protect you. So we've been fooled into this thing that that's what we need to eat because that's what we're used to. So if I train you, it's no different than a person say they blow themselves up and you're going to get 17 women in heaven or just so people that do that blow themselves up. Like some of the terrorists blow themselves up.
Wow, is that what they said? Is that the reward?
It's a reward to get money. I think they get money to their families and some type of reward in the afterlife. You train them when they're real young and you do that. That's one of the things.
Wow.
So you're talking about.
I want my women here. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but it's just a mindset. You know, in Africa, you had kids at 4 or 5 years old with guns. They walk up to you innocently and shoot you and rob you. It's just how whatever you're trained to do. So, but when you look at animals that show emotions, it just messes with me. I eat, but when they don't want to die. So that's why I made that thing about when you see the truck. Some people don't want to get on that truck because they don't figured out that they didn't come back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You ever watch that movie called The Island?
I don't think I saw that.
With
the big dude that died. What's his name?
He played in
He's played in Green Mile.
Yeah.
He was what
I cannot think of his name.
Yeah, but they thought they was cloned in this laboratory, humans, but it was for their doppelganger. Was like a person had bad cancer. they cloned something that just looked like them, and so they was telling them that they're going to this island, and this island's gonna be heaven for them. So one person kind of snuck out and realized it was all a lie. They were being slaughtered for the parts to get to their doppelganger. You know, they was a clone themselves. Like, you needed something, you clone yourself, but they had feelings. So they broke out from there. And the cool thing about that movie was they saw that, wow, I want to live. The dude that we talking about who passed away, you know, in Green Mile.
It's Duncan something.
Yeah, something Duncan's. And
A Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. He was, I want to live. When he found out he was trying to run, he was a football player. The other clone was he needed this thing to continue playing football. When they found out that he ain't going to heaven, he was going to his island to be slaughtered for his parts. He tried to fight to get away. They grabbed him and brought him back. And the other white guy, I forgot the name of the guy that was in the movie, saw it, and he got back, got his girl. He got out of there, and he let all these people go. They was in a lab. And in their mind, they was fed, this is heaven, this is heaven, this is heaven. This little bit was fed. So when they woke up, they thought, I want to go to heaven. And it was basically that slaughter truck. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
it's
so,
an island.
Yeah, it's called The Island. Watch that movie, man. It'll change your life.
I was about to say that's probably a super serious movie, but one of the movies that was kind of like that people slept on because it was a fucking cartoon was Sausage Party.
Exactly. Same thing. It was the same thing. But
that movie was so smart.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's for kids, but it's like, when I watched this, shit, like, this is a smart ass movie.
Great writers on that movie. So that's what I'm saying. It was that thing. So you start thinking like, man, you like life. What's next? You know?
Yeah. Don't eat the meat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do until you learn how to get. We stuck in the ways. We're stuck in the ways of this traditional stuff. So that's why I love what you said about taste buds. But do you know when you start doing other things like stop drinking pop, your taste buds when you drink it'll be nasty to you.
Yeah, that's
how McDonald's was. I had ate McDonald's in like 7 years. They brought it to lunch one day. I said, I threw it up.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat it.
Because after a while, your
taste bud gets back.
I stopped eating meat in July 2017.
Yep.
And
it's tough, man.
And it is. It's
the
not
smell is nostalgic.
That you
chicken, barbecue. So we stuck with it and we rationalized it that, well, it's chicken now, I'm just eating it. But if we killed a dog and eat it, I'm not gonna eat that. That's not you feel the chicken got little hens. So I don't know.
Would you say little heads?
Yeah, you know, little hens.
Okay.
Little hens. I was raised in Georgia, so you know, we used to take those things, granddad would cut the head off the hog, the body move, we watched that, cut the chicken up. Cut it, boom, 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 and do it. I watched it. Had the smokehouse. I was like, dang, I used to be back as a kid. I used to watch that come down because I come from Chicago in the summer down south and watch these rituals of them cutting the hog up and getting every piece of the hog, put the guts, sausage, the meat, smokehouse, and all that. Man, that's the part I used to be scared of. I used to hate them cut the head. I was just no. I
was about to say we both share that. I used to go down to Chula, Mississippi, not too far from Jackson.
Yeah.
And my grandmother used to just basically take all the trash and the crap from cooking.
Yeah.
Tell you go throw it out there to that hog.
Yeah.
And they would eat anything, but we messed some ham up.
Yeah.
All that stuff is in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I've actually seen them eat any fucking thing. Yeah.
Chickens too. You know what? If you get them, my grandmother used to like catch the chickens.
Yeah.
The chickens that's run crack their neck. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. It's crazy to see something that is moving, that is living, and then it's gone. People laugh at me. I hit a squirrel the other day and cried.
Hey,
I did.
You're so emotional.
But when I see a dead animal, I always do this. They say, why you do that? I said, because it was just trying to get across the street. You know why? Because we keep going further out. They ain't got no damn place to go.
Yeah.
The woods ain't the woods no more. The woods now 200th Street.
That's why that's why I cry. I cry because I'm like, and people can say, well, they hit birds. They don't think about it. I'm like, he could have been trying to go to his kids. He could have been trying to get back to his
He had a family across the street.
He could have, and I stopped that. And it's
the arrogance of man.
Yeah.
A big ass dinosaur coming to step on your house. Well, you know, you know what I'm saying? If they wake back up, then you be saying, you see how it feels.
Exactly.
If a bear eat your ass while you camping, why is that sad?
Exactly. He ain't sad.
You know what I mean?
Like,
because you and they domain. We all like this is their territory.
It is, and we keep going further and further out. because we all know, sadly to say, the human species consumes.
Yeah.
We're almost like, in the movie Matrix, he said, y'all are like parasites. Y'all are a virus. Y'all eat and take over. We overpopulated. That's why you watch the movie Avengers. I don't know y'all into that. I'm definitely into it. When he snapped, what Thanos was saying about the snap was he told Doctor Strange when he had the thing called Titan that I had a plan that we will wipe out half of the population. We'll do it in a humane way because if not, people gonna die of starvation.
It's too many.
That's where we at now. So all this it's important that you do have diseases. It's important that you have these things. That's why they do that. That's why they don't cure people. They just get something to treat the symptoms. They don't cure you.
And that's why if you don't have insurance, they let you die.
Exactly. They told my son's first cousin. They said, y'all need to go ahead and unplug that. He had got in trouble and did, I don't know, was overdose or whatever, and he was on life support. Then there was no brain waves. They kept telling her, hey, pull the plug. And my son Riz said, y'all ain't pulling shit. He told his mom, don't you do it. And they kept saying, pull the plug. He's gone. Y'all need to get your family together, so and so. She said, I'm not gonna pull the plug. Y'all do not pull the plug. A month later, he popped out of that coma. And he's walking around now, hanging out, so I just saw him a week ago, hanging at my son's house. And I said, how did it feel when you was in that coma? He said, well, it was crazy. I could hear things, but I couldn't tell y'all. That shit's scary.
That's my biggest fear. That's another one.
Yeah.
I could never imagine being in a coma hearing people say stuff like that.
And he heard this. He said, and
not being able to talk.
He said one of the funniest things.
Like, I'm alive in here.
You can't get the message out. Like a connection. We on, but the connection ain't getting out there. Yeah. And you're trying to get the thing. Come on, get it on. It's freezing. So he said, he felt the way. He said the funniest thing was, they was talking about me. They said, well, we put this in him. He's probably not going to make it the next day. He heard that. And then we all listened to him. We pissed. Then he told me something that made me laugh. He said, that motherfucker farted in my face. Oh,
my God.
I was like, he farted? Yep. And he said, I let one loose too. You know what I'm saying? That's how he let loose. Like, I can hear it. And it's like, he said, it was like being in your body, but not able to move nothing.
Yeah, like sleep paralysis. You know how when you wake up and you wake up before your mind and you can't move, but you're up.
They had a scary ass movie like that. I think it was called Awake or something like that. People were supposed to be like sedated and shit. They feeling pain. People cutting on them.
Yeah. I did it before where I was like
you trying to move. Yeah, you trying to get up.
If you panic, you kind of calm down with it. I mean, like the falling thing, I did that before. I was and one day I just boom. Guess what happened? I woke up.
So that dispels the rumor that if you die in your sleep, you really die.
I just woke up. It's like boom. I woke up and like, shit. All right, all this time I've been fighting the power. I mean, that I'm not saying if it happened again, I won't jump up, but that time I just woke up.
Yeah.
It was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, your mind is powerful. People don't understand that. If you start thinking, now how you think anxiety comes? Because you, I don't know. And then heart start beating fast, and then until you calm down, try to bring that blood pressure down. Because your mind can tell you to, in a pop, like you go, ooh, on your car until a certain amount of time, you keep that thing on the thing, something going to pop.
Yeah.
So your mind is powerful, man. And they understand that. They understand that, man. That's why I just stay off the grid.
Yeah, we got to protect your ass.
Yeah. Shit. One thing about me, they don't want my broke ass. They already know me. They already know what I got. This nigga, he's a good activist, but they don't come to this thing. They don't pay no attention to him anyway. We ain't worried about him.
That's the sad fucking thing. That is the saddest shit in the world. We have people right here. We got Nipseys all over the world. So but people don't pay attention to
them.
They're
not worried about me, boy. They're like, this dude cannot get over the hump. And we ain't worried about him. So
I apologize for you doing, and I'll say this, you don't say nothing if you don't have to, but I apologize for you doing a lot of things here, period. And I've been here. I've been born and raised here. And I've never, I've done some things, but I've never actually got involved, especially when it comes to kids. Before I had a kid, I loved kids, especially helping underprivileged kids. I think that's dope. because they do have parents who are not there.
Yeah.
And they can come, they just don't. Mm-hmm. And I understand how it can affect them by just having somebody. You don't even have to know them.
Cheer them.
Yeah. And they're happy about that. It does not, presence is everything.
And one little good word. Let's say you had a bad day. Go, hey, sister, I hope everything gets better for you.
It change your whole...
Right there. We're so stingy. If you said right now, I need one like and one comment to get to where I need to get to. Mm-hmm. Shit, man, I like it, man.
They would stay away on purpose.
I don't got time to write. I ain't have time to write, but I did like it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we put those barriers in our way. And here's the thing I believe in. I believe in spiritual power. I believe in what I believe in. I believe that you're protected because of what you don't buy into. And I believe that if you operate, there's certain things that can make you scared. But like the doctors, the conspiracy things and all that could be true. But I just believe that if you believe in any type of power, because put it this way, if there's no God and there's no nothing, we are in trouble because we cannot beat the digital stuff. They know everything you're doing. Your GPS, they know exactly where you at all times. The computer, when you know you got it off, it's a monitor there. They can pinpoint and find out where you at. It's already something happens, they can go and look at the text, the last text you did, where you were, and so on. So more towers. Mm-hmm. Not satellites, towers bouncing off them things, and hitting you, and then you know where you're at. So you might as well just be who you are because they already know and already got their analysis of what you are.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing, they ain't messing with the white person who's coming out with these theories about time traveling and did we land on the moon and all this stuff. You gotta remember, we are the bottom of the totem pole. Mm-hmm. If they fly off to another country, we ain't gonna be there. We're gonna be right here. Left.
Oh, right here. They're gonna leave our ass. Trust me.
So my thing is,
I ain't seen no white people all week.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. And then, so it's just about expanding your mind and not operating in the fear of this, of just want to know more, just know more and think differently. You know what I'm saying? So I just believe that there's got to be a power that can protect us because right now you cannot defeat. They knocked on your door and said, we want to grab you because it's a matter of national security. You can't do nothing. It's done. They've used that word on you. It's a wrap. Mm-hmm. They can hold you long as they want to hold you.
Yep.
Police can't get involved. Lawyers, nobody.
Yep.
So
hey, before we get out of here, I got to bring this up, that national security thing. I read an article a while back. It was it was a farmer too. He was like in a little fucking farmer town. Mm-hmm. He invented something that actually, like, he put into your tailpipe, like screw in that, and one tank of gas would last you months. Is
he still living?
I don't know if he's still living, but them boys in them suits knocked on his door and was
Guess what happened? They knock on my door. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Y'all have all of it. Why Roger?
I think that's what he did though.
Yeah, why Roger not being an activist no more? Shit. I told you I ain't being nobody's martyr.
Hey, bro, they knocked on his door. Was like, hey, look, nigga, you're making too much money on this gas.
Yeah, I'll be doing gangster rap tomorrow. Talking about hoes and everything. Why ain't doing that, man? You don't know who came in my door? Well, you out your mind? Think I'm gonna talk about it again? I'm done.
Vigilante's back. This is what y'all been waiting on. Hey, y'all, this probably been one of the best, most entertaining shows I had in a while. We did not talk about any silliness. We had fun with the things we was talking about, but I'm sure that most of the things we talked about are things that people think about every fucking day. But just like you said, if you're not high, the conversation doesn't go this long. People like, bro, this motherfucking crazy. I don't want to hear about no flat earth or no motherfucking dinosaur.
Exactly.
But I had fun with this one.
I did too, man. And I got to come back to get my rematch. You beat the hell out of me in that 5 thing. I felt like I felt like just dumb.
Listen, don't worry. I usually win, so it's okay. It's not.
Hey, winning like 68-65, a 3-point at the end, you blew me out the first half. It's over.
It's not you. It was me.
Bang, 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 bang.
We definitely got to get you back, bro. Next time, be a little bit lighter, but I felt this was such a serious week for our people. Everybody had emotions, no matter what they were.
It was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed.
I love the show, man. I want to promote it. Make sure y'all tag me in everything possible whenever y'all broadcast is on. Tag me in it. Let's share it. I think more people need to hear this show, even when y'all do the comedy and stuff. I like how y'all can pull back. It shows your versatility as a podcast. That you can see the sign, like I told you about rappers. Be able to see the sign of the time. Well, this week, Let's go here. So that we diverse. Because guess what? Your life is diverse.
Exactly.
Even if you're a gangster rapper, you still got sometimes you chill.
Yeah.
Hell, Q said the day was a good day.
Exactly.
Hell, something goes right. God dang.
Very true.
Hey, we hope y'all enjoyed it. Hey, where can they find the Truth gear?
TruthTheReason.com. You're going to love it, boys. I'm telling you, we got some good clothing. TruthTheReason.com or come by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And my office, you can check it out, but you can go online or check me at Host Barbershop on Saturdays. That's I think it's 1608 Minnesota. I'm down there pushing black business. And, this clothing line is very important because people don't realize a lot of that money pays for student tuition. I've had students stay in hotels because they were homeless, and I pay up the hotels for a couple of weeks until they got on their feet. And we're trying to build a safe house with it. So we out here, man. Truth to reason, the reason you try harder. And we got our Mother's Day shirts coming out. MOMS, making one more sacrifice.
Oh, man.
I won't grab
That is what's up. Thank y'all for listening. We'll be back next week.
Later.
Right.